Hey, how it's going, guys? In this video, we are going to see how we can build our own Claude Code assistant, right? You would have been using Claude Code. Claude is by Anthropic, so it also helps you, in your coding workflow or when you are developing something, right? So in entire coding workflow, it helps you to write code faster, build applications, so on and so forth, right? Also part of the same vibe coding, the terminology that we know. So that is fine. You would have been using Cloud Code, but how can you build your own Cloud Code, right? That's what we're going to do in this video. So if you look at here on my screen, we have this high-level architecture diagram that I will explain you because it's very important for you to understand that how it's going to work first, and then I will show you the demo and all. And code is completely for you. So you can take this code, make this better, improve it, and do whatever you want to do. It's Apache 2.0 license, so you can do whatever you want to do with this. If you look at here, this is the GitHub repository, and the repository name is your Claude code. So we are building this, using LangGraph and MCP servers. So LangGraph we are using for the orchestration, and MCP servers that we are using, to use some tools via, MCP servers like local file access, directory access, read access, DuckDuckGo for web search, and so on and so forth. So if you look at here on this user interaction layer, here in the user, it kind of uses CLI. So this is based on CLI, how we use Cloud Code, right? So on the CLI, it's very colorful. I'm using Reach CLI for that. And then once you interact with it, is an application layer. In the application layer, this is the main.py file. So this is your main.py file. It says the main entry point for the Claude Code Assistant, a minimalist AI coding assistant using LangGraph and MCP, Model Context Protocol. Right? Very simple. So like you can see the reach UI thing is happening over here. The initialize agent. It's all asynchronous, right? You try it out because there are multiple things that's going to happen at the same time. And you can see it over here, right? The reach UI that you are using. So this is the main.py file, which is the entry point. It initializes the core agent. So there is an agent.py file, the core agent of the application. If you look at this agent.py file here, right, just go up, it says core agent implementation using LangGraph and MCP. We are loading everything. So, we are getting get local tools, get MCP tools, we are LangGraph, LangChain, etc. We have a console. So we are initializing the console. We have an agent state because, through LangGraph, we are managing all the states, right? So if you look at here, this is the core agent. And then we have a state graph that compiles that graph because LangGraph is compile the graph, right? When you work with LangGraph. So over here, if you look at this, it has an agent state, which is your dictionary. It says type dictionary. You can see the agent state. It has update, queries, response, persist, invokes, like the everything that we can do within a LangGraph workflow. We are doing it over here. Now, this LangGraph basically manages multiple states. So you can look at the core components. We are using Anthropic APIs, Claude Sonnet 4.5 as an LLM. We have an SQLite DB that persists all the database related thing that we persist, and then it has some local built-in tools. So we have some tools that are locally built, and we use that as an MCP tools optional. Like you can also use DuckDuckGo, you can also use GitHub and etc. through MCP, and I'll show you that. Now, if you look at it, it says local tools. What are the local tools we have? We have run PyTest. So you can also run some, test cases on your files, etc. We have search files, so it can find out all the files. It has get file info, so it can find out the information about different files. It has read file. It can read some information from the files. It has list file. It can list down all the files. It has write files. It can write files. So it performs all of these locally, okay, in your directory, and also had MCP servers. In the MCP servers, we have DuckDuckGo search, like if you want to perform web search, through DuckDuckGo, or GitHub API through personal access token or PAT, right? So this MCP, I'll show you that in a little bit. So this is the high level architecture, very simple. Anybody can understand, nothing technical garbage over here, right? So I'll go back to the code. So if you look at here, we have a class agent state. We have a base model initializing it basically, right? If you look at here, it says minimalist AI coding assistant using LangGraph and MCP. It says state graph with three nodes: user input, model response, and tool use. That's what we're having, three nodes that we're having. So LangGraph is based on nodes and edges. Then you compile it and then run that your agent workflow. So if you look at it, it says persistent state using SQLite checkpointing. So we have here SQLite. If you look at this checkpoints.db in the left hand side, I'm using Windsurf as an agentic IDE, just like VS Code. Now if you look at this checkpoints.db, that's where we persist everything that we are doing over here. Now here we have an init function. Of course, this is fine. We are like initializing everything, and like we have a dictionary that basically says stored number options from bullet points. I'll show you that in a little bit. Here we are initializing the LLM, and you can see we are initializing our chat anthropic model, Sonnet 4.5. We have some tools that we are initializing. We have local tools. We are getting the local tools, and I'll show you from where we are getting these local tools in a little bit, right? And then loading the MCP tools, binding tools. We have some display options. We can make this better actually a little bit. Excuse me. This can also come back once. Yeah, this can all go back. Exactly. Something like this. So we have this Claude Code Assistant. We are setting up the workflow. You can see set up the state graph workflow. Conditional routing, we have async def initialize that initializes it. We have a SQLite checkpointer over here, right? That looks at our local database that we have. It's try to load the MCP tools. If it gives an error, it gives an error. Compile the workflow with recursion limit. It goes in loop, so you have to set a recursion limit over here. This is what we are doing. These are all the terminal things. I'll just go quickly. Model response. You can see there's a simple prompt. It says you are a minimalist AI coding assistant. Your capabilities, critical rules, blah, blah, blah. And you can improve this by your own. And you can see the tool use and everything. So this is our agent.py file. Fantastic, right? This agent.py. You can also add more things if you want. Now, this is the agent.py file. I already shown you the entry point. So this is our entry point, main.py. Here we are writing all our MCP tools. Let's see that, guys, right? It says MCP tools integration. It supports desktop, DuckDuckGo, GitHub, Sandbox. Now here we have get MCP tools. It says load and return MCP tools. It has desktop commander, which is your all file operations, right? You can perform CRUD applications, locally if you want. Remove the delete part, but you can do the CRU part, create, read, update. We have DuckDuckGo web search that can search. We have GitHub for repository management, and then we have Sandbox Python to run Python code, to do testing, so on and so forth. And you can see it over here. We're using MCP toolkit from LangChain MCP. And we're writing all the commands. They're all npx command that you see. Make sure you have node installed. You just do uv sync, that will sync because we have used uv to set this up. So not a problem. DuckDuckGo MCP web search that you see how we are using it from over from here. GitHub MCP, you need a GitHub pad token that I already have in my .env file that I cannot show you right now. So this is our MCP tools. Pretty simple, right? Now, local tools, you can see the local tools written in basic Python as a decorator that we are using over here that you can see. Pretty much standard things that we have, right? How to read, how to list, how to access files, how to write files, and so on and so forth, right? Simple thing, nothing fancy. It's just about how do we orchestrate this, because orchestration is important, right? So this is what's happening. We also have MCP, Dino MCP over here that you see sandbox Python execution. It says based on Pydantic AI is run Python. You can also run that through a Docker container. I already have that here, in my system. So I also have given this file. Now, how does this all work? Like I've been talking for a while. I've been showing you this. First time I'm showing you the code first. Otherwise, I would have shown the demo. But this is a bit technical video, guys. It's not for like people who don't understand code, right? You have to understand MCPs and all to go through this video. It's not for like pretty beginner. It's for intermediate people. Now, what I'm gonna do is I try to run this, right? That's the agenda of this video and see how it works. So I already have a cover. You can see I'm running UV run. Now what happens is the moment you run, it says, what would you like to do? List all files in current directory. So available tools, run the test. Let's say I just do first. It says list all files in current directory. You can see selected. Now it lists down all the files that I have. See here, it says content of this. It has listed down everything. Executing tools, executing that tool list underscore files, right? You can see list, or this is how it comes up. Let me first show you that. So this is where we are running it, right? Eval uv run main.py. The moment you run it, it shows cloud code as Cloud Code Assistant, not cloud. Claude Code Assistant. You can also make this a bit fancy. It go on that side. It says minimalist AI coding assistant powered by LangGraph plus MCP. Type exit or quit to terminate. So, but we are not going to do that. Now, if you scroll down a little bit, it says loading tools. So it's loaded the 6 local tools. Agent initialized successfully. It says, what would you like to do? I'm saying, okay, list all files. So available tools, run the test, read the README file, search for code in the project, and I have given one as a choice. And the moment I've given this choice, you can see it has given me all the content, the tool result of this list file. So this is one thing, right? The next thing we can also do is, you can ask, of course, you can do a lot of other things actually here. Okay, so let me just clear this terminal for you. And I'm gonna again run this, and you can keep on going here, so available tools, run the test, read the readme file and whatever. So let's say I read the readme files, read the readme.md file, and you can see it so beautifully. It has fetched the readme file for me. So I'll just go you and show it over here. So this is the readme file that we have, 100% correct. It's working fantastically, guys, right? Now if you look at here, I'll just go up. By the way, this is my entire, yeah, you can see the tool result, read file. This is my readme file. Let me show you the readme.md here. It says Claude Code Assistant, a minimalist AI coding assistant built with LangGraph and MCP. Now, why I'm showing you this, right? If you really want to master this technology, you cannot just be using ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, Cursor, and all, and say, okay, I'm an AI expert. You are not an AI expert. You are just a prompt engineer, right? You know how to build these tools, how to build something like Claude Code, how to build something like Cursor. Take VS Code, which is open source. Take VS Code, take some other models, build agentic workflows, agentic IDEs, see how compiler works, how do you make compiler, how the operating system works. You have to go that deep, guys, trust me. Then you become a master of this technology. Otherwise you are just a prompt engineer, or you are just a context engineer. Right? So it should not happen like that, right? You have to go deep dive and then learn these things. How I've combined LangGraph with MCPs and build this CLI tool just like Claude Code. Of course, this is not like exactly like Claude Code, because they have billions of dollars of funding. They have a set of team. They can do whatever they want to do. I'm a solo guy, right? So I'm just trying to see how we can start, because if you can start, you can really, passionate about it, and you can go and exactly build it. So this is what it is, right? Over here. Now, everything is given. Let's say you want to visualize the workflow. I also have a mermaid diagram generator that can generate the diagrams, and you can go and learn about it. So this is what it is. You go and get this code, try to improve it over here. This is already the architecture that I shown you. You can also bring up MCP tools. You can also have local tools. Call whatever you want to do. It's up to you, right? This is where you'll find out the GitHub repository. The code is completely for you. Go and use it. If you want to contribute to this project, you can also contribute it. Okay, feel free to contribute. This is what I wanted to show you guys in this video, a quick video of how LangGraph can be used as an orchestration framework that can use multiple tools, either through Python functions, or you are using through MCP tools. Combine it together, build Claude Code, a CLI based code assistant for you guys, right? That's all for this video. Let me know if you have any question, thoughts, or feedback in the comment box. If you have any other feedbacks, you can also reach out to me through my social media channels. Find those information on channel banner and channel about us. I'll also give you an agentic AI toolkit link in the video description if you want to find out a learning roadmap, or if you want to get some toolkits and frameworks around AI agent and agentic AI. That link is available in this video description. If you want to buy ready-made projects, let's say some SaaS tools and some AI tools, and want to sell it in US or anywhere else in a higher price, I also have a bundle of that, which is available around $1,000, that you can take it and you can sell it for $10,000 if you have the connections and leads to sell it. That link is also available in the video description, right? If you want to get involved in any kind of AI training, we're also doing that in physically, offline in class in Hyderabad, and also online. Comment that and we'll share you this information. That's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.